out. Okay, so there. Great. So, hi everyone. Thank you for joining the call and being with us today. So right now I'm going to share the screen for us to go through the tasks that we have right now. Let me know if you see the screen. Do you see it? The document?
Yep.
Okay. So please fill in your names here, who is present in the call. And yeah, the next host is going to be Neha. And if you're going to have any questions or you will need any assistance, you can drop me a message privately, or you can ask me whatever you need in terms of that. I will skip a bit down because there was some task connected with the steward onboarding document. I saw the message from you, Amelia, about reviewing it. Yeah, I will get to this document. I will try to review it during this week. So this information will be available for next stewards, and we will be able to use it in future.
Oh, and thank you, Tatiana. You know, let's move that ticket up below Neha's tickets, because they are one and the same. Pretty much, it's about onboarding, but we should move it up. I took the liberty to adjust a few things and clean up the agenda, just helping Neha and you. But before we go into Neha and your questions and your onboarding, Tatiana, we have the newest member of the Jakarta side, Istanbul JAG member here.
Okay, that's great.
He's here, and I would like to ask for a minute or two so that this group, this JAG, can introduce themselves. Are you ready, Atug?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello. I am on the road, so sorry, because I'm driving car, but I'm in the safe environment now. Hello, everyone. My name is Altu from Java User Group Istanbul. It would be great to be with you. Thank you very much. Hope to, how can I say, meet you in the future. So we would like to contribute to you a lot. I hope we can do it. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hello.
Welcome.
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 Hello.
And you see, Altuk is super, super fast. We will not be safe because we're driving, but thank you for joining. The goal is for you to answer. You do not know yet, but the goal is for Altuk and the community, his community, to answer, why do they care about MicroProfile, right? MicroProfile is cool and adds value, but in their words, you know, they need to find out, they want to contribute, and they need to find out why do they care about the technology as a user, right? Different users. So he will discover that in the next few months. All right. It's fantastic to have you here, Altuk. Look at you smiling. Oh.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you for joining. Soon we are going to have some new tasks considering adding logos, adding quotes. So be ready to provide the quote for the site. So this is like one of the tasks for you to think about already. And now let's move on with the tasks that we have in the list. This one is about submitting and knowledge who collaborated on the community awards. Amelia, do you want to
before
comment?
we go to that one, it's Neha's, the first one. Because we're on page already, we got Neha. Neha is the steward volunteering alone for now, for handling June. And Neha, what is going on? We don't have a call next week, but then you're coming in the next week and you will work with Tatiana. How do you feel about this? Because you're absolutely onboarding yourself, not alone.
I'm scared, but I'm a happy scared. So I think that's a good thing. One thing I found Rustam's document really helpful, and I will add anything that I may come across and I feel like that needs to be updated. That will be my journey onwards. But I'm very happy because I've seen you helping others. Everyone is like so helpful. So I'm not really scared, but it will be a good experience for me. So I'm really looking forward to it.
And you have Tatiana with you. right there with you. Not only everyone, but Tatiana. Who has suffered a little bit.
It's been really great.
Considering documentation, in case while checking this document, if you figure out that some questions are not answered that you have, maybe you can leave the comment. So while reviewing, I will try to answer if I know for sure the answer to the questions that you have at the moment considering this onboarding.
Definitely, I'll do that.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
So Amelia, are you going to comment on these community awards?
Yeah, this one I added 5 minutes ago. Can we click on the link? And I only need 1 minute.
Sure.
Okay, so this came out at the beginning of May, and Eclipse is bringing back something that allows any community out of 400 projects plus at the Eclipse Foundation to thank individuals on 4 categories. That is top committer, newcomer, top contributor, and lifetime achievement. There are 4. Eclipse.com, EclipseCon is coming, might be virtual, who knows? And whatever you submit, please follow the steps. There is a click here. Doesn't really matter if you are not a committer. If you're here and you want to submit yourself or someone else that you work with, that you collaborate with, do so. Being a part of this kind of chance to thank others. For instance, I'm going to submit for Bill Shannon. I think he's the most important person in the Java EE ecosystem, and the people that work with him, right? And how he did this stuff is so important. And that is for the lifetime achievement. He should have won it years ago, right? And this is important. So if you see it that it matters, go for it. 1 minute. Let's move on.
Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so yeah, the next topic to discuss is our compatibility logger submissions. So far, the recent week, I didn't see any new submissions there. So it might seem that we are more or less at the point when we need to start voting and considering like which one to choose. What do you think? What should be the next step?
So I believe the next step to make sure that everyone knows. So the issue I have with community voting is that when voting, many people don't think about the scalability of each logo, and it becomes hard to use for other company websites and these things. So I'm hoping, if it's okay with everyone, we kind of apply these logos to screenshots of different websites, put it there, see if it actually, you know, in different situation works or does not work, and then present all of them with showing them in the exact way they'll be used. So people aren't just going to vote on the logo, but vote on actually seeing it being used correctly.
So are you going to take this task for yourself? Like to
yeah, of course, I'll take it on my
and sorry if this has already been sort of discussed prior, but are we thinking of just like one sort of color scheme for the logo? Or as you say, the context is going to matter. So like everyone's websites are different, or maybe you'll have like, I don't know, 2 or 3 basic ones, like a dark one and a light one.
Yeah, so there will be a full color one with MicroProfile colors, and then there'll be a white version of it.
Okay, smashing. Yeah, okay, so similar to Jakarta E, they had a similar thing to that.
So one color, yeah, and we'll probably do black. I don't know if anyone will use it, but maybe for someone's website, it'll be perfect. So
yeah, okay.
Ryan, thank you so much for bringing the updates here. Jadon, really good question. You mentioned 2 things, privacy. We don't operate in privacy here. Let me adjust and tell everyone here. We have thus far, this task has 4 contributions from diverse contributors, individual contributors and members, and we need to revise it. In order to revise the information, we, with Ryan's help, will create the mockups and show everyone in the call how, not in this one, but in the next one, how it will look. And like that, we will select any of the contributions that pass that test, the usability test. Only those ones that pass will go into the voting side. Ryan,
I just said that.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Come on.
It's true.
I got what you
Sorry
meant.
about this. It's true. But what I'm saying is to Jadon, all this stuff is going to be done in the open. Nothing
Yeah.
will be done privately. And you can be part of
Yeah.
it.
I just mean, like, if you're going to give something to a vote, you just got to be happy with everything you give to a vote, just in case.
Yes. You know,
we ran into some branding issues on how it's used. Certain logos are used and things. So we'll talk about this more. You can see in the ticket if you want to click on that, and there's all the comments and tracking on that. So, but I'll update you guys next week with how I kind of lay it out. I'll update the ticket with all of it too, and then you guys can say what's missing or what you'd like to see or if it's good or not.
Cool. Awesome.
And you know, we don't think about these things. Ryan does. That's what is so cool about it.
Oh yeah. I'll probably just take a screenshot of a BMP file and call it that.
One question regarding the guidelines. Do they cover the IP that is transferred to the Eclipse Foundation at the end for the winner, at least?
Yes. Do you mean the trademark? Logos are part of the trademark, not IP. So
yeah, the rights using the logo and owning the logo and developing the logo must be turned to Eclipse Foundation.
Correct.
That was
Only
missed at Jakarta EE at the contest.
Yes.
Need to, get fixed.
We fixed it in step number 1, have signed the Eclipse contributor agreement. If you are a contributor of this task, you might have signed a contributor agreement. Otherwise, we cannot accept any logos.
Ah, perfect.
Great question. Great question. It was part of the guidelines.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's like here in the guide. Okay, so next task connected with the designs. This is trademark handbook progress also on Ryan right now. Yeah, lots of work for you, Ryan. So any comments on this? Do you need anything from the community?
Any new comments? So just giving a little bit of time. So this week, if I don't see anything else, we can, and there is one task I need to write up some history on the logo a little bit, a paragraph that would go in the beginning. And then but from standards of like the branding perspective and the rules and how everything is used, that is all there. I don't see any comments, so I don't know if there's any changes needed.
Yeah, so far I think that if there are not going to be any changes till our next call, I think that it's more or less ready to go and be used, as finalized version. Okay, so the next question is again on you, Amelia, and you will need some 3 minutes to cover some patent topic.
So I need 1 minute, 2 minutes on this one. Can you please open the wiki example with Lyra? Yes, thank you. So a few weeks ago, last month, the Eclipse Foundation brought one person with Paul to explain to us that the MicroProfile working group needs to choose a patent from implementation or compatible. And the call was not recorded, but it was a steering committee call. It's the first one non-recorded. So a few of us thought that it was a good idea to add some write-up that is not legal feedback or advice. And David Levens went in there after the community call 2 weeks ago, and he wrote a very good example of how implementation and compatibility patents are used currently, so that the members of the working group and also the community and the contributors can understand the differences, right? For example, Tommy Tribe is aligned with implementation patent, and we will be voting for that one. The Eclipse Foundation has asked us to ask the steering committee to submit a vote, an informal vote on this, but we were not ready. Please click the email that David wrote was converted into a wiki under the repository that we use for the working group. And in it, it shows you exactly what you need to know. So go in there, read it, ask questions using the link of the thread, if you have any. But the information is there and it's easily consumable. And I wonder if Ed or Emily have, any advice or further feedback on this. Also, John is here and you were part of the conversation.
Yeah, I think it's a good summary. I think it's meet with my understanding as well. So as I mentioned earlier, I think before, because this patent is a kind of issue normally handled company by company, I think this kind of give enough background information for people to make their own judgment. Is basically it's just like so for the people especially for someone who hasn't got a lawyer to ask a question for, I think this is something quite good, useful.
Ed, John, any information, any further explanation on this?
I haven't read that from David now, but there was also a blog post from Mike Milinkovic.
It doesn't have the information. It doesn't have the information as stated in this example. That one is vague and it's okay, but this one is concise to the point of explaining you, a user, a committer, and a member of the working group, what to expect and how to vote, hopefully. You understand legal, not because it's not a legal advice, but it's much more into example, explaining what happened.
That's a great idea because Mike was very general and short, but he hits the point, I think. But it will be a nice discussion tomorrow, right, about that topic.
Add it to the agenda. Yes, it should be a nice discussion. Ed, anything to add?
So I will just continue my stance that, to me, the biggest distinction here is when, how much weight do you want to give to the TCKs? And, if you use, at least in my, layman interpretation of this, if you use the compatible implementation option, then that lessens the need to run TCKs. And so from a user perspective, is it, do we, what do we want our users to think when they read that they're getting, they're picking up a MicroProfile compatible product, right? The TCKs cover a well-defined body of work, whereas, the patent, the patent transfer to vendors, in the case of the implementation option, they provide those patents to vendors, irrespective of whether they've implemented the whole thing or just part of it. I'm not a lawyer, but that's my opinion on this topic.
Emily, go ahead.
I think like a patent does not remove the requirement to have the compatible implementation logo. So basically, the patent.
We still have the logoing. Yes, absolutely. But if somebody, let's say someone picks up one of the specs that's not, let's like LRA, right? That's not part of the logo program yet, right? Presumably, there will always be some number of specs that are still, circulating, in preparation to be part of MicroProfile. So anyway, it's just an opinion, right? It's just you guys, everybody, if you don't have advice, you should get it and to decide.
And Ed, something that is confusing sometimes, like you mentioned, is for especially a user, we need to make sure that everyone understands that the MicroProfile specification process is not affected by the patent we choose. MicroProfile, the specifications will have to follow independently the TCK and be like compatible, no matter what. So that for some reason there, when you were speaking, I got confused, thinking that you were thinking that MicroProfile, if we choose the implementation patent, we will drop TCK. That's not the case, because
no, we don't drop the TCKs. It's just that the patents. So first off, the patents don't transfer until the spec's finished, right? So that does it has to be a finalized and ratified specification, and that's the case with either of these two options, right? And the second point is, do we want to put more weight on the evidence that the compatible implementation, at issue has passed the TCKs or not? To me, that's the only distinction.
And Ed, I will say, not to me, the main distinction is that by choosing the implementation patent, the vendors and the implementers are protected earlier, as earlier as they start the work on the implementation with whichever the product they are choosing. I will call product the specification in MicroProfile. With the compatible, they are only protected after the TCK is passed. And then if after the TCK is passed, should the work stop on that one, that work will need to be removed when choosing the compatible implementation. This is written in this example, so we don't want to confuse you. I recommend everyone to go in there. Tatiana and Neha, can you go up into the wiki? It tells you the video of the conversation that we had that was super nice and is recorded on this matter. And it tells you that the push that we have for the recording is here. And then David's thread that shows you where you can ask follow-up questions. I think we should stop with this conversation because we can go for hours. It's super simple.
And especially considering that tomorrow we are going to have this question as well. So I think that for today we can move on with the other questions. So yeah, that would be good for everyone to read this ticket before tomorrow's call in order to be in topic and understand what is going on, and to get more ideas about the explanation. Thanks to David, and tomorrow we will be able to discuss this in more details.
I like David's explanation, because the first time I attended the call, it just went past me.
Okay, so the next topic to discuss is the Hootsuite account. Amelia?
It's done. It's done. It's created. Yeah. You and Ryan have access, and we need, if you have questions, follow in the ticket and move forward. This one is easy. Okay. Thank you so much to both of you. Only the three of us have access, because the three of us are the ones active helping with the MicroProfile handle and things like that. So let's tackle it and the ticket. Move on. Thank you.
Great. Then blog publications documentation on how to do that. I didn't see any new comments there, so it's still in progress of suggestions. So going to wait for more details here from you. So please try to find the time in the near week or two to finalize. And then I will review it one more time again. And I think that during the next call, if we don't have any movements with the comments, we just need to find 10 minutes at the call and make it directly at the call, and in order to complete it, because this can last forever. Okay, so
yeah, can I just say something? I think that's a great idea. So basically, to make it clearer, I think it's Amelia, right? So that one is the Amelia. You need to take a look at the comments and etc., and then we can settle either on the doc or we can settle in the next call.
Thank you for calling it out, Emily. Yeah. It's not me. It's not only me. I have been working with Manish, and I have been waiting for that second part blog to be completed, so that with Manish, we can go in the blog and provide his feedback as a user of the publication process. He's the author, and he went through the process. So I was waiting for part 2, which was published over the weekend. So Tatiana, I think we can move this to the completion. He just is not in the call to move it, but it should be completed. And now that it is completed, if Emily, add me into the blog here saying Amelia's task, and then I will go with Manish and work on that. because without him, we cannot complete the document. We need an actual user.
Yeah, maybe it's
Manish is here.
Manish, you're here. You're here.
Seems to me Manish was updating right now the task that it was completed.
Sorry, I was late. I just updated it.
Oh, Manish, you're here first. Congratulations, you completed it. How do you feel? And now you know, you and I are going to go back in and use your knowledge to improve that document. How do you feel?
It was quite easy process actually. Everyone was so supporting. So it was really easy.
So yeah, that would be good, Manish, if you can revise the document about this process, and from the point of view of the user, give some suggestions or comments, leave some comments, what extra information is required or what is not clear while reading that document, and maybe requires some extra explanation whatsoever.
Sure. Yes, okay. I can do.
Great. Manish, once you are done with that, we have a ticket on this. But Emily, can you add the ticket on this so that Manish can use the ticket to provide, he will use the document to provide the feedback, but then the ticket he can pull me in. Once he completes that, he will pull me in via the ticket and say, Amelia, you can go in and do that. Because without Manish, he's the latest contributor, has gone through editing process all these times, and it doesn't use 7 days. It's a little bit complex, even though he says it's fun. It's a little bit complex, and we need Manish, someone like you, to go and repair it so that a new contributor will know, hey, I can get help with English if I want to, and it will take about this time. Who cares? And then all these things that we don't see because we're too close. So thank you so much for being amazing. You're amazing. Your actions are amazing.
Thank you so much. So that is the ticket for it. I need to update about the details and the process of adding a blog.
Yeah, here there is a ticket, and here is the document itself with the instruction. Okay. You can go both links and use them. Okay, yeah. Perfect. And yeah, congrats with the second part with the blog post. That was a great job. And thank you for that. And one of the following blogs that we're going to have, this is going to be a blog about 5 years of MicroProfile anniversary, and it's coming already closer. So Emily, have you had a chance to work on that, or do you need any information from other members of community?
Yeah, unfortunately I haven't got done much since the last call. I would like somebody else. I would like to have some help, so people can work with me.
I will do that, Emily.
Okay.
I know you're stuck, and I am as well. But I will do it because I created when we were working and onboarding this year new microprofilers and to working with multiple facets of microprofile. I created the facts and trivia for microprofile, and I added the first blogs created 5 years ago. And then what went down in the first meeting, and all of it is in a document that is public. I will point it out to you, and then, we can create an outline that tells us, history, and just make it super awesome, and then move forward. Just create the outline. I will help you with the outline.
Okay, thank you. And if somebody else wants to help, please just comment on that ticket. Also is I said, but I haven't done. I think is today or tomorrow. I need to create another ticket for MicroProfile to tweet about, so that to get people to share their view about MicroProfile, how MicroProfile helped them, and etc. We could add the quotation in our blog. Yeah.
Yep. Amelia, just in case, I've added here this ticket considering this trivia because it seems.
Oh, you found it? That's amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. You're amazing, Tatiana. Thank you. We will work on it, Emily and I, and any other microprofiler who wants to help, go into the Git tree and say, I want to participate. When the blog is published, if more than 2 microprofilers are added as authors, the blog looks better and is stronger because it's not one person or 2, it's the entire community, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, sure. Okay, so the next topic is considering, by the way, about this microprofile, can you remind me what is the deadline? When do we have it?
We need to do it by June, middle, it needs to be 1 week before, at least.
So the anniversary itself is June 25th or
27.
27.
27.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we need 1 week before.
This is really good, Tatiana. Deadline. Look at that,
Yeah,
Emily.
Just to see.
Yeah, I need a deadline, you know,
Exactly,
because my priority cannot keep on jumping.
Okay. Okay, then next question is considering budget. It's more or less covered already. The only thing that we had was a possible public call that we needed to have, and John and Paul was discussing this. But I don't see John today at this call, so maybe we just need to skip this. Or Amelia, do you know any updates?
No, we will skip it because John was on PTO last week, and I'm not going to speak for him and the updates he had with Eclipse Foundation. So he will bring up the updates tomorrow, likely.
Okay.
Paul did send an email to the working group members regarding this.
It was private.
Regarding this budget. So basically what I'm trying to say is this need to be sorted sooner. So it's
yes, tomorrow John is going to tackle it because the email came private and it doesn't fit what we have been working on. So let John handle it. We don't comment, just move on.
Okay, then next one also like joint activity with Jakarta E is the Alliance message presentation. Here we have again on John and on Scott finalizing the slide with differences. So again, this is going, we need to wait for John's update and then we will move forward. Any comments on this? Anyone knows any updates on this task?
The slides are done and they were submitted to the CN4J forum with 70 subscribers. So if you haven't seen it, please go into the forum and find it in the archive so we can add them here. And there are some feedback from my feedback. Ryan needs to go in there and adjust some things. So Ryan, please do tackle that, like it's in the ticket. However, Kevin has submitted some feedback and it has not been tackled as well. The last feedback we had, I think we need to tackle it tomorrow and say, do we need the call or not? And that will be it. Because this needs to be branded as the other pages. Ryan, can we tackle it sometime this week, please? It's in the ticket already, but so like that part at least is done.
So should we just redesign these 9 and 10 slides, or what do you mean?
Yes,
this is already the information that they put. So this is something that we just need to find out. Okay. So Ryan, are you with us? Are you going to work on that this week?
Sure.
Yeah, yeah, Ryan is in the tickets, but it has been a while. And also Kevin submitted some feedback. And if you have feedback for Kevin, follow in the comments of the document. That's how we provide feedback.
Is it in the working group tickets or the?
And this is why you missed it. It's in the working repo issue, not in the main repo that we worked on. So
why do we have two?
Because everything that goes into working group goes into that, technical or not. It's necessary to keep things clear.
Frankly speaking, Ryan, I agree with this question here. And for me, this is also totally
it was decided.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I don't understand the difference when we need to put something to working group or to marketing, because marketing is also connected with working group. But okay, let it be. Let it go. Let it go. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so then Ryan is going to work on design of last slides, and then we're going to have a discussion and finalizing all this stuff. Okay, so then we had some activities around these overview presentations and program plans and whatever, and the new release presentation, this is something for future tasks, so we don't need to stop here. considering these slides, as far as I understand, this is something that I need to work on and prepare some tweets. Am I correct here? Yeah. Okay,
Yes.
so this is, I'm going to, I will put myself because I will forget. Okay, so then Spanish one is ready and it's
Not
already
yet.
not yet.
Actually, so Tatiana, thank you because you were going to help us push this, the 3 different transcriptions. But Emerson and I and two other contributors in Spanish are still working on the Spanish translation. And the thing is that once that is done, we will, Emerson has drafted the Spanish version of why highlighting the program plan for 2021. And that one will be translated into Russian, I imagine by you, Ruslan, and English version. But we need to finish the Spanish, which is not really completed. So I expect to be done by Friday.
And do you have already the English version?
Yeah, the English version is completed, and the Russian version you were behind that collaboration with Rustam, so that is completed too. But we need to finish the Spanish. We already can push the English and the Russian. We don't need to wait for the Spanish translation. It's only that all of it is found. Only two presentations should be in the file or in the drive, and the third one is not completed, so it should not be there. I'm just making sure that if you push it tomorrow or in 2 days from now, that the Spanish version that is not completed is not there.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I will get back because frankly speaking, I lost of the side this task with these tweets. So yeah, I will work on the program plan tweet, and also one more tweet I need to prepare is about these branding resources as far as I see from the
messages here. And Tatiana, if you want to go into the ticket that Emerson created for Spanish, and you said, hey, Amelia, give me the English version of this, you can push me into creating the English version. We have the Spanish version for the tweet, and then you translate it into Russian. We need the same message in the 3 languages. So you can own all of it. Just let us know how to unblock you.
Okay, so yeah, the best part is to get the English version, then it will not be a problem for me to translate it to Russian. Okay, so yeah, this one is more or less clear here. Then we have a task connected with Zoom admin for marketing calls. And there was discussion and we were planning to add some screenshots, but I'm not sure that we got them here. No, it's not yet here. Okay, so this one, if I'm not mistaken, that was on John, who was planning, so I will add him for him to understand who is responsible. Okay, so this one is on John. Then the next task connected with quotes. Do we have any updates on this one?
Ryan, I don't. Do you? I think we lost Ryan. Ryan,
no, you're here.
Ryan is here.
Okay,
I see him.
Which one? Sorry.
About the quotes. Quote template designs.
We cannot hear you, Ryan.
Yeah, I need to look at it still. What can you show the ticket real quick?
Yep. Quote design.
Here's with the last word on the streets. Yes. So what was the last decision that we had?
We will investigate with Andre what it will take for us to create a single link for the quotes that can rotate, and we can push over media with one message and instead of multiple 12 quotes.
Oh, you mean like a full testimonial page with all of them on it?
Yeah, and we will start. We said
I don't need Andre for that. I can do that.
Yeah, and we said that we will start the work in June and complete it in June because it might change something in the website that needs more than your help. And if you need help extra, you will contact Andre and figure out what is the end. So just do the research for us, and you can use that ticket or a new ticket, up to you. We don't care. And you have another, what is it today? 24th, another 6 days to figure out how to do it, because in June, we're expected to start the work. Since Tommy Tribe committed to helping on this, we will, yeah. Thank you so much for doing that research, by the way, Ryan.
Yeah. Okay, I'll add it to the list.
Okay, great. So then we have some tasks connected with documentation about onboarding committers and contributors and about marketing onboarding members. So Amelia, is it something that you are in active mode working on, or
No.
is it something on hold?
It's on something, there is a lot of documentation here. Can we go down to work in progress? We need to move this to work in progress. I saw something that you have done for the website. Can we go down? This will be on documentation. There you go, website tasks. Can we move the tasks here? Anything that is, these two tasks that I own, that I volunteered, are going to be on the website, on their working group page, and it should be here.
Okay.
Never into the main area. And like that, we tackle them easier. And you can, whomever is the steward can say, what are the status on this? And like that, we can move forward.
Okay, so here, these tasks, like website tasks, I added them a bit earlier because I was like looking through the Git issues what are open, and I noticed that there were much more of them, but I was not sure if they are just like future plans because I didn't hear before any talks about them, but I've added just in case not to lose them out of sight. So I don't think that we really need to discuss them right now. So maybe most likely most of those tasks will go to Ryan because it's connected with the website. So I think that Ryan can keep an eye.
We want to be careful. We want to be careful with that one. We have Payara, Jadon here, who also they have a great designer. We are divide and conquer, right? So we can't do all the work, right? Right, Ryan? How do you feel about like being highlighted? It's great, but unfair.
I think I'll still end up doing all of it.
We need to change these facets. I'm just saying, and it's recorded. Tatiana, I want to say something. When I went in because you sent the minutes ahead of time, I was really happy to see the website tasks and the division of it. And remember when you mentioned, let's not divide working group task to repo, to general tasks.
Yep.
One on that, I can see how it works. However, I think we need more subdivisions in the template.
Yeah, I think that we can divide, for example, separately. We can have connected with documentation, separately connected maybe with some content creation. I mean, separate tasks connected with design creation, and then it will be, and some general topics to discuss.
So yes, so are you comfortable to go, if you go up to the minute and see the template, are you comfortable to go into the template for a little bit higher? There, it says there is a template for the agenda template there. Can you click on it? Because we have a few more minutes, so let me project in here.
Okay,
agenda template.
I don't see it.
Below tweeted photo. Jadon, you're here, so you need to add, there.
Okay, this one.
You need to add the link to the photo that you amazingly tweeted in the agenda. Here.
Okay, will do.
Yeah, are you comfortable to adjust what currently is? Because
okay, yeah.
Can you do that? Because
yep, sure.
It's too messy, and I really like I created the agenda for the community. I put it out there, and we're using it currently with what currently is for the working group and all these other things. And we continue to add different layers of status. And I think we need to do the same for the marketing side because it's so messy. It gets messy and difficult to navigate. We should be talking about tasks like trademarks and things like that. Once you do, you can show us, send it via marketing forum, say, hey, this is the new agenda. What else should we do? And like that, we can use it in the future. And I want to know what others think about this because Tatiana brought the inspiration, and I think it works great. Having more order.
Easier to track also, right? Like if you update the template and it's easier to track.
So yeah, I think that I'm going to do in the following way. I will tackle with this our last call, and I will divide our last call to some specific topics. So in this way, for now, this will be easier. Next time, just copy and change the updates, and that might be easier. And then if we like move on and it's okay for everyone. We even can discuss this during the next call, like the changed look of the agenda. And if everyone is okay with that, I will copy this structure to this agenda template. I think this will be easy. Yeah.
Is anyone against this plan? You need to say some things, you know, Tatiana cannot see you. I can barely
No, I see guys. Yeah, because I especially for that, I have all the video next. So just to see if someone is against or not.
Effort. Yeah.
Okay, so good.
So Tatiana, before we go, because we can give everyone back some minutes, may I say you have been the steward for 2 months, right? Helping Debbie on this month. How was it for you? 2 months, and clearly Rustam helped you a little bit. What was the experience? Give us your retrospective.
Well, when I've started, I'm really the person of like some planning and person that likes order. Like, and when I've started, I really wanted to make some order in what we are doing. So to make it more like step by step and having some clear what we should start with and some divisions, clear divisions. So this was my first task. And the issue at the beginning was that I was not sure where and what should I do for 100%, but step by step that was okay to figure out, and you were helping, and guys were helping with the tasks. So more or less everything is clear and rather intuitive. So I don't think that this will be a problem for future stewards to go on with the same task. This is just like a matter of keeping an eye on the tasks and maybe pushing some topics. So it's totally okay.
So then for the document that you are going to go through and populate based on your experience, how comfortable are you to finalize that? You can pull us in for final review and then convert it into a PR that will feed into the wiki of the marketing repo. Are you comfortable to do that, or do you need some help? I know that John will help us with the designs, you know, the diagrams, but we need to convert the knowledge. We have, you know, Niha will help on that, but we need to convert that document into a wiki that will accept future PRs for new or old stewards, right? The document needs to stop being a document and move into the wiki. Are you comfortable to do that as well? Or do you want some of us to help you on the
Well, I'm okay to review the document in the Google Doc, but considering the PR itself, I'm not sure that I know exactly where it should lay. And maybe someone is more well acquainted with using GitHub and all this stuff, because I'm not really using it for my work at all. I'm using it right now only for MicroProfile.
Neha, go ahead.
We don't hear you.
I'm comfortable with GitHub, so I can once I start to do it, I'll just do that.
Okay.
So Neha, the two of you work together. Please pull me in. I love to do a final review just because I've been spreading the knowledge, but I'm refusing to help the document as much as possible until we get into the wiki mode. So we love to see this come into the conversion of the document so that future newcomers can continue to say, hey, I want to help be a steward this month. You don't need to be a committer. You can be a newcomer. This one is for Istanbul jog. You know, you want to do something, throw yourself to it, get others to help you, right? And then struggle and help document what we have not seen. We need to convert that into wiki. Let us know when, and I'm happy to do the final review. And Emily, you should do too, because you have been there, on this matter too.
Yeah, I can help. Okay.
Okay, it seems to me today we are ahead of time even, so that's perfect. Yes.
I have a quick say before we log off. So Anna, can you go to the 5-year anniversary GitHub? So can you go up a little bit? So I added one more link there. So can you click on the issue?
Just a second. Here it is. Okay.
issue 500.
Issue a new issue. Oh, this one.
Yeah, the 500. So basically, I know I was running out of time. I just did something while you were talking. So I created the Twitter message for hopefully for one of you to tweet about it, to review the tweet and then come up with a updated tweet message and tweet about it. I also created doc. Can you click on the link and to go to the doc?
Seems to me it's not clickable here. Not sure why.
Oh, no, clickable.
Yep. So I will just copy it.
Oh, that's interesting. So basically, it's I quickly created the kind of this one, and so it's please take a look to see whether when you come up with when you're trying to do the tweet and etc. to see add your own yourself some comment. I think it will be a very good if we have a few kind of quotes before we send out. If we send out without anything, people normally don't add anything. So
should we ask? Sorry, should we ask people to provide also the title of the company or like?
Oh yeah, that's a great idea.
What is the relation to MicroProfile? For example, here you can like, I don't know, I'm not sure if I'm correct. MicroProfile. Oh, oops.
Oh.
This is great. This is great. My suggestion is we have the guidelines on how to submit quotes, and it has 60 words, and it gives you answers.
Yeah. However, Amelia, so this is we are trying to set us in differently. This is celebrate anniversary, so we make it more kind of less kind of
formal. Yes. Yeah. Formal. And it says the last 5 years, what can you say about MicroProfile?
Yes. Yeah.
So this what is missing, and if you like, you have the tickets, I will go in it. The answer the question should be, this should be an answer. And I really like what you have. We will love. And instead of like, I will add love to hear from you, from our community. And the question is, answer this question, right?
Oh yeah. Right? Can we put a question right here, right now?
Yeah.
Titiana, let's get it done today.
Yeah, let's get it done, and then we can push it. We can push it every 2 days. I do not know what's going on to remember until the deadline that we say. So the question is, what is the question, Emily? What do we need to know?
What MicroProfile have helped you on your project in the past 5 years? And then add your name and a company you work for, and kind of whether you are a MicroProfile contributor or consumer.
Yeah, and you see how MicroProfile has helped you during these 5 years. Tatiana just converted that. Amazing. How has can we make it? I think it's perfect. Anyone else? Ed, you're here. Cesar, you're here. How do we make it better? I think it's perfect. Emily, that means
maybe we can also add something like how you are connected to MicroProfile community for people also to cover these.
The requirements, Emily. I will share the link of the guidelines. You can see them, the guidelines of how to submit a quote, and then in the requirements it tells you who you are, and then we can just copy paste in the document. It will be easy. Let us work offline on that. It's 11 o'clock, but this is great. One question, answer. And in that, we can use the already a previous document.
Yeah, so I think it's good. I think it's kind of, I'm quite happy with this one.
Yeah.
Amelia, if we, everybody, if you want to improve it before the tweet and etc., I think feel free. So any improvement is welcome. Yeah.
So Emily, make sure is the document living in the community?
Yeah, it is. It is in the community. Perfect. If it's in the Google Drive, I create a Miss Senior I couldn't see the word anymore.
I know it's Monday. It's Monday.
Misc kind of folder, so it's under there. So it's yeah.
Okay, we will go in there and work on it so that we can. What is the ETA? Will you like this to go out tomorrow or Wednesday?
I think tomorrow or Wednesday both are fine.
Okay, do we give 24 hours and then we go into the document change?
Maybe a Wednesday. Wednesday sounds good.
Perfect. Wednesday.
Yeah.
Tatiana, yes, with this, with the deadlines, you're so good at what's the deadline so that we don't become bottlenecks. And Emily, this is great. You created it during this call. Look at about
I need to, once I finish the call, I run into something else. So I thought, okay, let me do it.
In action. Well done, Tatiana, this is you now.
Okay, so I rewrote a bit here, so it seems to me it's okay to go with. So people can go with any of these questions. They are more or less of the same nature. So just for people to think about different directions. Okay, so what is the next step? Who can push this to the?
I will push it. Okay, I will listen to this. Ryan, I don't think we need a design, so I can push this, and we will give Brian a break. How about that, Ryan? I will push it, and then that's it. It'd be the gift ticket that Emily created. That's fine.
Excellent.
Yeah, done. Wednesday.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Tatiana. Thank you, Amelia. So this is awesome.
Everyone, thanks for the investment in this hour. Very fun.
Okay, great. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for this call, and let's keep in touch. Tomorrow we have the next call, so we will be in touch very soon.
Oh, and I forgot. The next week, the working group call has been canceled. We don't need it. So it's canceled. Tatiana, usually you remember. I forgot. It's canceled. It's out of the calendar. We don't have a call next week.
Okay, great. Great, okay, then, great. Have a great day, evening, night.
Take care. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.